Welcome to the Board Business Channel, everyone. Super excited for today. We're going to Taiwan,
Yeah,
but we're not even going to need plane tickets for this one.
that's right. We're going to introduce you to a company that's seriously, crushing it over in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Even though most people in the U.S. have probably, never even heard of them.
But first, huge thank you to Steve, the executive director of the Arizona Taiwan office,
Yeah.
for helping make this whole series happen. He's been working so hard to connect us with all these amazing Taiwanese companies, and we're just pumped to share these stories with you guys.
Yeah, it's been such a privilege to get this behind-the-scenes look at all these innovative businesses over there.
Okay, enough chit-chat.
Yes.
Let's talk OK Mart. So picture this. You're walking down the street in Taipei,
Mm-hmm.
and you see these bright, inviting stores just popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
That's OK Mart. They're kind of like, if you think of a 7-Eleven or a Circle K.
Yeah, your go-to for snacks and drinks.
Exactly. But here's the thing. They're doing things so much differently and so much better than your average convenience store.
It's true. In Taiwan, you've got some serious competition when it comes to convenience stores.
Oh, yeah?
But OK Mart, even though they're considered the fourth player in the market,
Wow.
they're not just keeping up. They're blowing everyone else out of the water. We're talking double-digit profit growth
Hold on, double-digit.
in a market that's already packed.
That's insane. How are they pulling that off?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
And the answer is they're not just sitting around waiting for customers to walk through the door.
Right.
They're focusing on innovation, and they're providing services that you wouldn't normally expect from a convenience store.
Okay, give me an example, because my mind is officially blown.
Okay, so imagine this.
Yeah.
You love shopping online, right?
Oh, yeah.
But dealing with deliveries and returns can be a real pain.
Ugh, it's the worst.
Right. Well, OK Mart has partnered with Shopee.
Shopee.
It's like the Amazon of Taiwan.
To offer what they call Shopee shop-to-shop service at all of their locations. All 830 of them.
Wait, so I can pick up or return my online orders at OK Mart?
Yeah.
That's genius. It's like they've tapped into this huge need that everybody has,
Mm-hmm.
and they're making life so much easier.
Exactly. And it doesn't even stop there. They're even partnering with a supermarket chain called Mart
Okay.
to offer those same services within their stores. So it's all about convenience,
Yeah.
meeting people where they are and anticipating their needs.
So basically, they're turning these little convenience stores into these all-in-one hubs for modern living. It's like they're rewriting the rules of what a convenience store can even be.
Absolutely. And a lot of this visionary thinking can be attributed to their CEO, Wei Kuchi.
Okay.
He's got a really interesting background that I think has contributed to OK Mart's success.
Oh, tell me more. I love a good CEO origin story. What's so unique about Wei?
Well, he spent 30 years in the car industry,
What?
working with big names like Honda and Hyundai
Wow.
before joining OK Mart.
Talk about a career change.
Yeah.
You wouldn't normally think of those two industries as having much in common.
Right. But when you think about it, the car industry is all about constantly innovating,
Yeah.
adapting to new technologies,
Oh, yeah.
and anticipating consumer demands.
Yeah.
And those are pretty valuable skills to bring to any business.
Oh, for sure.
Especially in today's fast-paced world.
I see what you're saying.
Mhm.
It's like he's taken that mentality of staying ahead of the curve and applied it to the convenience store market.
Mm-hmm.
He's not just selling snacks and drinks. He's selling convenience and solutions for everyday life.
Exactly. And here's another fascinating thing about Wei. He's a huge fan of the book The Fifth Discipline by Peter Senge. Are you familiar with that one?
Oh, yeah, that's a classic. It's all about systems thinking, right?
Yeah,
Looking at the bigger picture and understanding how all the different parts of a business work together.
exactly. And it makes you wonder, is that what's driving OK Mart's success? Is Wei using those principles to create this incredibly agile and responsive company that's able to adapt so quickly to changing consumer needs?
It sure seems like it. They're not just reacting to trends. They're anticipating them and creating solutions before anyone even realizes they have a problem.
They're like the chess masters of convenience, thinking several moves ahead of the game.
Okay, so we've got a convenience store chain that's absolutely crushing it with double-digit growth.
Yeah.
A CEO with a super interesting background who's obsessed with systems thinking
Mm-hmm.
and this whole idea of redefining what convenience even means. This is already way more fascinating than I ever imagined.
I know, right? And we've only just scratched the surface. There's
Right.
so much more to uncover about OK Mart and their incredible success story.
Well, lucky for us, we've got plenty of time to dive deeper. And you know what? I have a feeling this is only going to get more interesting.
I couldn't agree more. Stay tuned, folks, because we're about to unveil even more secrets behind OK Mart's phenomenal rise. You know what's really impressive about OK Mart is that they're not just innovating with their services, they're actually like changing the entire convenience store experience.
Okay, spill the tea.
What do you mean? Well, if you ever walked into a convenience store and just thought, ugh, this place is depressing.
Uh-huh. Maybe once or twice.
Right, but OK Mart, they've managed to create this really inviting atmosphere in their stores.
I've seen pictures. They're super bright and modern, right?
Exactly. They focus on fresh, high-quality food.
Yeah.
So it's not just your typical greasy gas station fare.
Right.
It's more like a mini market or a really nice deli counter.
So they're elevating the whole experience, making it more appealing to like a wider range of customers.
Precisely. And it's all part of Wei Kuqi's vision for the company.
Mm.
Remember, he came from the car industry where attention to detail and creating a premium experience is everything.
It's like he's brought that same level of sophistication to the convenience store world.
Mm.
It's a brilliant strategy because it sets them apart from the competition.
Absolutely. And speaking of strategy, let's talk about how OK Mart is approaching innovation. They're not just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks.
No, they're way too smart for that.
Ugh.
What's their secret sauce?
Data. They're using data to inform like every decision they make. It's like they have this constant feedback loop going on.
So they're constantly gathering information, analyzing it, and then using that data to make adjustments and improvements.
Exactly. It's a very data-driven approach,
Yeah.
which is essential in today's fast-paced business world. And it allows them to stay agile and adapt quickly to changing trends.
So let's say they launch a new service like a partnership with a food delivery app.
Mm-hmm.
They don't just sit back and hope for the best. They're tracking how customers are using it,
Right.
seeing what works, what doesn't, and then tweaking it along the way.
That's right. They're constantly iterating and evolving based on real-time feedback. It's like they're running a series of mini experiments all the time.
Which brings us to something pretty unique to OK Mart that I think perfectly illustrates this whole experimental approach.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Do tell.
Have you heard of Okamini?
Vaguely. They're like mini convenience stores, right?
You got it. They're like these super high-tech vending machines, stocked with all your favorite OK Mart goodies.
Okay.
Snacks, drinks, even fresh food items.
So like a miniature version of their regular store.
Exactly. And they're popping up everywhere. Hospitals, schools,
Yeah.
office buildings, you name it.
Wow.
It's genius because they're meeting that need for convenience in places where a full-size store wouldn't be feasible.
That's so smart.
And get this, they're completely cashless.
Oh, wow.
You just use your phone to pay, grab your stuff,
Yeah.
and you're out the door. It's like the ultimate grab-and-go experience.
It's like they've taken the best aspects of a convenience store and distilled them down to this ultra-convenient format.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And because they're smaller and more adaptable, they can experiment with new products and services much faster.
It's a win-win. Customers get that instant gratification, and OK Mart gets to test out new ideas in a low-risk environment. Okay, I'm officially impressed. What else do they have up their sleeve? Honestly, I'm just amazed by how much thought OK Mart has put into like every aspect of their business. They're really playing the long game here.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Okay.
not just about chasing quick profits.
Yeah.
They're building a brand that people trust and rely on.
Yeah, and that's so smart in the long run. That kind of loyalty is priceless.
Exactly. And it all goes back to what we were talking about earlier, their commitment to innovation, their customer-centric approach, and Wei Kuqi's like visionary leadership.
He seems like the kind of CEO who's always asking, what's next? How can we be better?
Right. And he's not afraid to take risks, to try new things, even if they seem a little unconventional.
Like those Okaminis. Who would have thought you could cram so much convenience into a vending machine?
It's crazy, but it's also brilliant. It's like they've taken this everyday thing, the convenience store, and turned it into something truly special.
And they've done it by focusing on what really matters to people: convenience, quality, and a seamless experience.
It's a winning formula, that's for sure.
Yep.
And it seems to be working based on their incredible success in Taiwan.
I have a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot more about OK Mart in the years to come.
I wouldn't be surprised if they start popping up all over the world.
Yeah, they have that kind of global potential.
So to sum it all up, OK Mart is a company that's doing things differently, and they're doing them incredibly well.
They're innovative, they're customer-focused, and they're led by a CEO who's not afraid to challenge the status quo.
They're definitely a company that's worth paying attention to, even if you're not planning a trip to Taiwan anytime soon.
I think we can all learn a lot from their approach to business.
Well said. And a huge thank you to everyone for joining us today on this trip to Taiwan. And look at OK Mart.
It's been a pleasure.
And a special shout out to Steve, the Executive Director of the Arizona Taiwan office, for connecting us with this awesome company.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
We can't wait to see what other hidden gems he's got in store for us.
Yeah, for real.
Thanks for tuning in to the Board Business channel. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.